On the open plain, one tree stands alone, and in its crown sits a prize worth dying for. A clutch of eggs left alone in the heat. To their mother, they are the future. To others, food. Here they come, a troop of banded mongooses, small and hungry, bold enough to want what a killer left behind. One of them catches the scent. High above, inside the killer's own nest, there is food worth the climb. It begins to climb, straight up the killer's tree, toward the killer's nest. A gamble with everything to lose. And it is not alone. The troop follows, because no one climbs the killer's tree entirely by themselves. And there it is, the prize. Everything the little raiders climbed for, sitting pale and warm in the empty nest. The first egg cracks. The raid is working. But a secretary bird's nest is never truly unguarded for long. But the hunter is coming home, and the hunter is not something a troop of mongooses ever wanted to meet. She sees them, small shapes moving in her nest. In that instant, the raiders stop being hunters and become prey. And she comes like a storm, wings up, legs driving, the deadliest thing on the plain, and furious. The alarm goes up, the killer is home, and the raiders are trapped in her tree with nowhere to go. Down they come, fast and frantic. But the plain is open, and on open ground, the killer owns them. Now they are exposed, small shapes on open ground, and above them, the tallest hunter on the plain. This is how she kills. One devastating kick aimed at the head. It has shattered cobras. A mongoose is nothing. It survives on speed alone, twisting under the blows a heartbeat before they land. But it cannot dodge forever. She hunts the way all great hunters do. She picks one. Divide the troop, isolate the weak, win easily. Cornered and alone, this is the moment the hunter wants. One small life trapped with nowhere left to run. But this little one is not alone. Its cry carries, and a mongoose troop never abandons one of its own. And there, the first bite, not at her body, but her legs, her weapon, her balance, the place she cannot armor. This is the trap. She can only face one way at a time, and the troop attacks from all of them. More of them now. The swarm grows with every second, and every second, the hunter's deadly advantage shrinks. And she can still kill. One kick lands and a mongoose is thrown. The troop is winning, but not freely. One of their own goes down, and it does not scatter them. It enrages them. Now it is war. And now they come together. Not one, not 10, but all of them. The full fury of the troop. She spreads her wings, a wall of feathers meant to terrify. But you cannot frighten a troop that chose to win. They go for the legs, always the legs. Take those, and the tallest hunter has nothing left to stand on. And there it is, the stagger, the unshakable hunter off balance for the first time. The troop feels the tide turn. They do not stop. They do not tire. Every time she faces one wave, she fights back with everything. Now they climb higher, reaching for the neck. Another is already at her back. But for every mongoose she throws off, 2 more rush into the space she made. She is giving ground now, driven backward by animals 1/10 her size. The hunter is becoming the hunted. She jerks away, but every dodge costs the balance she cannot spare. She is disappearing beneath them, a whole troop piled onto one hunter, and the great wings are all that show. She makes one last bid for the sky, the escape her wings should give, but her legs will not let go, and they pull her back down, her one escape taken. On the ground, surrounded, the hunter has lost the sky. This is the height of it, all the fury of the plain in one boiling cloud, the many against the one. Give her this, she does not quit. Even down, even swarmed, the hunter fights with everything she has left. In the end, it is not strength that beats her. It is numbers. The crushing weight of a troop that held. Slowly, the great wings slow. The fight is leaving her, and the troop, sensing it, presses in for the finish. And it is done. The tallest hunter on the plain, pinned in the dirt by the smallest, who never fought alone. She breaks free and she runs, the hunter driven from her own tree by her own prey. A rare sight. They have done it. Creatures you could hold in 2 hands beat the deadliest bird here. But they are not finished. Victory has a cost. They gather their bruised and dazed, tending one another, because that bond is why they won. The hunter watches from afar, beaten and wary. She will not return while the troop still holds her ground. And then one remembers the eggs, the reason they came, still up there in the tree, entirely undefended now. With the killer driven off, they go back for what they came for, up the tree, with no one to stop them. And there they still are, the eggs, warm and waiting in a nest with no hunter left. The gamble has paid off. And they take it, the prize they climbed for, fought for, nearly died for, shared among the troop in the crown. High in the tree that was meant to be their death, the little raiders feast, the many who beat the one. They share it as they share everything, the food, the risk, the fight. That sharing is how the small survive. The hunter moves on. She will nest and hunt again. But this clutch, this tree, this day belong to the troop, and the troop returns to the grass. They gather in the grass, whole and unbroken, everyone stronger for standing together against something that should have won. And then they move on, as troops do. One tree behind them, a whole plain ahead, and an unbreakable bond. The nest sits empty now. What the hunter guarded so fiercely, the troop carried off. The story told in broken shells.